Wild Siberia. Siberia, a vast and mysterious wilderness, has always beckoned to those who seek to discover the raw beauty of nature. From its icy peaks to its endless coniferous forests and immense lakes, this land holds a world teeming with life, yet one also filled with brutal challenges. The Altai Mountains, on the border of Russia, Kazakhstan, and Mongolia, are one of the most beautiful and untamed regions in all of Siberia. This mountain range is not only towering, but it also conceals deep valleys, places where humans can only set foot after long and perilous journeys. Its peaks, capped with snow year-round, form a breathtaking panorama. But this is also a land of terrifying blizzards that can rage for days on end. At the foot of these ranges, the vast taiga forests, dense with pine and birch, are home to powerful and resilient animals. Wolves that hunt in packs, brown bears that walk a solitary path, the elusive lynx stalking from the shadows, and the snow leopard, with its coat of purest white, also make their home here, moving silently across the cliffs in search of prey. However, not every species is capable of surviving the harsh conditions of Siberia. The animals here must learn to adapt and survive through millions of years of evolution to endure the brutally cold and unforgiving winters. A prime example is the reindeer. They are not only built to withstand the bitter cold of winter, but are also adept at navigating through the dense snow. Each year, in late autumn, a wondrous and majestic natural phenomenon unfolds across the vast plains of Siberia, the great migration of the reindeer herds. Millions of reindeer, these gentle creatures, embark on their long journey in search of food and shelter, as the cold winds of winter begin to blow. Farther to the east, where the Kamchatka Peninsula meets the Sea of Okhotsk, active volcanoes continue to rumble, forging a landscape that is both magnificent and severe. While these volcanoes smolder deep within the earth, the taiga forests and glacial rivers provide a home for the Siberian beaver. Brown bears feast on salmon in the rivers, and birds of prey vie for food and territory. This is a land where nature flourishes, but it is also a place of immense challenge for any species that calls Siberia home. You have surely heard of the incredible structures that humans are capable of building, such as constructing towering skyscrapers or engineering massive dams. But few are aware that in the natural world, there exists a humble creature, one that is a master at the art of transforming entire landscapes. This is the beaver. Renowned for its ability to construct magnificent dams from the raw materials of the wild, like trees and mud, beavers are not merely brilliant natural architects. They are also ecosystem engineers, absolutely indispensable to maintaining the delicate natural balance of Siberia. When one thinks of a dam, you might picture the colossal structures engineered by humankind. But a beaver's dam is something else entirely. These are not simply structures built for their own survival. They bring life-giving benefits to the entire ecosystem. These dams hold back water, creating vital wetlands and fostering an explosion of life for other creatures living in the region. Particularly animals such as fish, otters, and many other forms of plant life all depend on these ecosystems to survive. This makes the beaver a vital link in the web of life. For the beavers, however, building these dams is fundamentally a strategy for survival. They don't just build dams to control the water's flow, but also to shield themselves from predators like cougars, bears, or the lynx. As the water rises, beavers can create deep pools, offering a safe sanctuary where their enemies cannot follow. Furthermore, these dams help to keep the inside of their lodges dry, especially in winter, when the surface of the water begins to freeze. So why are Siberian beavers called the engineers of the ecosystem? It is because their dams not only boost biodiversity, but also improve the quality of the water and protect the soil from erosion. Wetlands are home to nearly 40% of all species, a great many of which are facing the threat of extinction. Building these dams helps to safeguard these species, sustaining life in the natural environment. These dams also serve as a natural water filter, trapping pollutants and retaining harmful toxins before they enter the soil and oceans. What's fascinating is, not only during their lifetimes, but even after they are gone, a beaver's dams continue to serve their purpose. Studies have shown that even when beavers no longer inhabit an area, their dams continue to maintain biodiversity and improve water quality in that region. It is no wonder that beavers are called nature's engineers. They are not just adorable creatures with silky fur, but are also relentless innovators, creating their own environment. And not just for their own benefit, but for the entire ecosystem as well. The dams of a beaver may seem simple, but they are the very foundation for the lives of countless animal species, plants, and even the climatic balance of the planet. It is through this ingenuity and natural strength that the Siberian beaver is defined, becoming indispensable in the great work of protecting the natural world. Engineers of the ecosystem we cannot help but admire. The Siberian gray crane, one of the most striking and impressive of all birds, is not just a magnificent creature, but also a symbol of profound strength and a fierce vitality in the natural world. This bird resides primarily in the vast region of Siberia, across its sprawling plains and the wetlands of northeastern Asia, a place of harsh living conditions, yet filled with a raw, untamed beauty. Every autumn, the Siberian gray crane embarks on a long migratory journey, fraught with challenges, making it an icon of endurance in the animal kingdom. The red marshes of Siberia are vast wetlands, found mainly in the lowlands and along riverbanks, particularly in western and eastern Siberia. These marshes play a vital role in the ecosystem, providing a habitat for a multitude of animal and plant species, from the smallest insects to migratory birds like the gray crane. With its cold climate, the Siberian marshlands endure long winters, their waters frozen solid for months on end. But come summer, they burst to life with aquatic vegetation and creatures adapted to this watery world. The gray crane, a resident of these lands. These cranes are impressive in size, standing up to 1.2 meters tall with a wingspan reaching 2.5 meters, making them one of the largest birds in the crane family. Their plumage is predominantly gray, but on closer inspection, you can see the subtle streaks of black and white along their neck and wings. During the breeding season in particular, gray cranes display striking and distinctive features like delicate hues and piercing, charcoal dark eyes, creating an image of both power and grace. Gray cranes primarily inhabit wetlands, lakes, and vast grasslands. They are perfectly suited for aquatic and marshy environments, where they can forage and move with ease. The diet of the gray crane consists mainly of small animals such as insects, fish, and even crustaceans. This bird is also remarkably intelligent when it comes to foraging for food, using its beak to probe the earth in search of subterranean creatures. What is particularly remarkable about the Siberian gray crane is its migratory journey. In late autumn, flocks of gray cranes embark on their epic journey southward from Siberia to countries such as China, India, and the regions of Southeast Asia. Each year, they must cover thousands of miles, braving unforgiving conditions and the challenges of ever-changing habitats. Yet this does not deter their remarkable strength and adaptability. The migration of the gray cranes is more than just an arduous journey. It is a magnificent spectacle of nature, as thousands of cranes fly in unison, creating great V formations against the sky, a testament to the sheer power of the natural world. In the spring, the gray cranes return to Siberia after their long migration. They fly back to the vast wetlands, the marshes, and the Great Lakes. These will be their breeding grounds for the coming season. The sight of these cranes, wings outstretched, soaring across the immense sky, a continuous stream heading northward, signals the renewal of the natural world after a long winter. This is a crucial time as the cranes begin to build their nests, preparing for a new breeding season, continuing the life cycle of this remarkable migratory species. The snow leopard, one of the rarest wild animals and most elusive on the planet, is not just a masterful predator, but also a sacred symbol in many of Siberia's cultures. The indigenous people call them the ghost of the mountains. This snow leopard species lives in high and rugged mountain terrain, from the Himalayas to ranges like the Kunlun, Tian Shan. and in Siberia. They are primarily found in the Altai Mountains. Although their distribution range is quite vast, the population of this species is very small, as they typically inhabit areas with steep slopes from 1,000 to 5,000 meters, and their populations are almost never dense. The snow leopard is the smallest of the big cats. Females usually do not exceed 40 kilograms, while males weigh only about 60 kilograms. Despite their small size, they possess remarkable adaptations that help this species survive in its harsh environment. Powerful limbs and wide fur-covered paws help them move easily through the snow and scale slippery rock faces. In particular, their long tail, which equals their body in length, not only helps the snow leopard maintain balance while moving, but it can also help them, storing energy for the cold winter months. Snow leopards are masterful predators, but because of their harsh, high-altitude environment and the scarcity of prey, this species must travel vast distances just to find a meal. Herbivores like antelope and mountain goats are the snow leopard's primary targets. Their hunting technique is remarkable, using their superb camouflage to approach their prey stealthily before launching a devastating surprise attack. Once they have closed in on their prey, they choose the most opportune moment. The snow leopard will lunge, seizing the prey's throat with a suffocating bite to the neck. This is similar to how other great cats take down their prey. One of the largest prey animals that a snow leopard can hunt is the muskox. These are massive animals, weighing up to 700 kilograms, with males reaching up to 1,200 kilograms. Even so, a snow leopard can sometimes hunt them if it is fortunate enough to approach its target by complete surprise. However, this is an incredibly dangerous undertaking, as these oxen typically live in large herds, and when attacked, they can mount a powerful collective defense. If the snow leopard cannot take down its prey instantly, the attack can end in failure, forcing it to retreat before facing the retaliation of the herd. In winter, when the cold winds begin to sweep across the Altai Mountains, the snow leopard's breeding season begins. The female lets out distinctive calls to attract a male. Each male typically mates with just one female during the breeding season and plays no part in raising the cubs. And so, the expectant mother must fend for herself. Snow leopards typically give birth to a litter of 1 to 3 cubs. She will find a secluded den and stay there throughout her term. After 3 months, the cubs are born, surviving primarily on their mother's milk for the first 2 months. They begin to sample the solid food their mother brings back and are fully weaned onto meat by the time they are 4 months old. Once they are old enough, the young cubs venture out from the den to begin their hunting apprenticeship with their mother. She is their first teacher, teaching them the essential skills for survival in the wild. This training is a long and arduous journey until the cubs are fully mature, able to hunt for themselves and live independently. After about 2 years, they will leave their mother and begin a life of their own, continuing the mysterious journey of this magnificent species in the wild. The Siberian winter is a harsh challenge for every living creature. Temperatures can plummet below -40 degrees Celsius. The air is frigid and dry. Everything from the frozen earth to the trees is encased in ice. Heavy snow blankets the ground, forming thick layers of ice, making travel incredibly difficult. The winter here can last for up to 6 months, and blizzards and avalanches transform this landscape into an incredibly harsh and perilous one. For the local wildlife, finding food is a monumental challenge as food sources become scarce. Only the species with the greatest resilience and adaptability can survive this unforgiving winter. The Arctic fox inhabits these cold regions, particularly in the tundras and high mountains of Siberia. Their habitat is defined by vast snowfields and prolonged winters, where temperatures can plummet to extreme lows. The Arctic fox's thick, immaculate white coat, helping them camouflage perfectly in the snow-white environment. In the summer, as the snow gradually melts, their coat transitions to gray or brown, helping them blend into the rocky Siberian landscape. Living in these harsh conditions, the Arctic fox is an omnivore and is highly adaptable to the changes in its environment. In winter, when food sources become scarce, they may hunt species like rabbits and rodents, seabirds, or scavenge for the carcasses of animals left behind by larger predators. The Arctic fox not only hunts, but also has the ability to cache food to survive the winter. They often gather food during the summer or fall and store it away to be used during the long winter months when food becomes scarce. This allows them to survive and sustain themselves in the frigid environment of Siberia. In northern Siberia lie the taiga forests, also known as the boreal forests. This is one of the most unique and largest ecosystems in the world. It is a forest located in the far north, stretching across countries like Russia and parts of Mongolia. Covered mainly by coniferous trees such as pines and birches. Spanning a vast area, this taiga forest makes up roughly 25% of the total forest cover on Earth. It is home to millions of animals and plants. The climate in these taiga forests is exceptionally harsh, especially during the winter, when temperatures can plummet below -22 degrees Fahrenheit. Frigid winds and deep frost persist for months on end, forcing the trees to make powerful adaptations in order to survive. The taiga is dominated by coniferous trees with their towering trunks and root systems that reach deep into the earth. This helps them withstand the extreme cold and the scarcity of sunlight. These trees are capable of retaining their needles year-round, which allows them to sustain life even in the most unforgiving conditions. It is also known as the Siberian grouse, an impressive wild bird that thrives in this majestic taiga forest. This bird is not only remarkable for its large size, but also for its unique biological adaptations that allow it to survive and thrive in such a cold and unforgiving environment. The capercaillie has a massive frame. It stands up to 31 inches tall and can weigh as much as 13 pounds. This makes it one of the largest birds in its family, Tetraonidae. During the breeding season, the male is distinguished by his spectacular plumage, a combination of black, brown, and gray, creating a powerful and captivating presence. This striking difference in plumage between the male and female makes them very easy to tell apart. Throughout the mating season, the male performs unique courtship displays to attract a mate, including resounding calls that echo through the forest. These sounds are not just a signal, but also a territorial warning to other males of his domain. The western capercaillie, Tetrao primarily inhabits the taiga forests of Siberia. where the climate is cold and snow covers the ground nearly year-round. This habitat is incredibly harsh, with long winters and temperatures that can drop below -22 degrees Fahrenheit. However, this bird is remarkably well adapted to these conditions. Its dense plumage and its feather-covered legs help protect its body from the severe cold, while also enabling it to move easily across the deep snow. In winter, when food becomes scarce, the Siberian capercaillie forages mainly for pine needles and buds, a primary food source in the taiga forest environment. Unlike some other bird species, they not only live but also travel in flocks. These birds typically live and move together in dense forest regions where thick stands of pine trees grow. They have a habit of living near hilly regions or coniferous forests where there is enough tree cover to conceal them, protecting them from predators. While the females care for and nurture the young, much like other ancient grouse species, the males only participate in the search for a mate during the breeding season and take no part in raising the offspring. They are not an easy species to encounter. This species leads a rather unique existence and often remains hidden within the pristine taiga forests. However, their very presence always evokes a sense of mystery and awe. Despite being perfectly adapted to their wild environment, this bird is facing the threat of extinction due to habitat loss, hunting by humans, and climate change. Protecting this species is not just about saving one extraordinary bird, but also about safeguarding the Siberian forest ecosystem, a place where every single species plays a vital role in maintaining the natural balance. Winter in the northern taiga forest is a brutal test of survival for every living creature. Temperatures can plummet below -22 degrees Fahrenheit and sometimes even lower, freezing the ground solid and blanketing the canopies of the coniferous trees. Frigid winds sweep through the forest, carrying the deep chill of the harsh winter. Meanwhile, coniferous trees like the pine, cedar, and fir stand with great resilience, enduring the ravages of the harsh Siberian weather. The entire forest is cloaked in silence, with only the sound of the blowing wind and the subtle sounds of rodents foraging for food. The Siberian snowy owl, also known as the Arctic owl, is one of the most prominent owls of this land. With its immaculate white plumage and brilliant golden eyes, the snowy owl commands attention not only for its impressive appearance, but also for its adaptation to the harsh environment of these frigid regions covered in year-round ice and snow. The snowy owl lives mainly in the northern regions of North America, Europe, and Siberia, a realm of cold climates and long, drawn-out winters. They are found across vast open plains, the tundra and taiga forests, where temperatures can plummet below -40 degrees Fahrenheit during the winter. This owl is superbly adapted to the frigid environment thanks to its dense snow-white plumage, which provides perfect camouflage against the snow-covered landscape. With this thick and immaculate plumage, it serves not only as camouflage in the white snow, but also helps to maintain body temperature in the harsh environment at them. The snowy owl is a renowned predator, especially during the winter, when small animals are more easily spotted against the thick blanket of snow. They primarily hunt rodents like lemmings, Arctic hares, and occasionally smaller birds. To hunt in this unforgiving environment, the snowy owl employs its exceptionally keen sense of hearing and a remarkable ability to remain motionless while stalking its prey. They approach their target in absolute silence, With their powerful build and sharp talons, they snatch their prey in an instant. This species of owl has a fascinating trait. During the breeding season, they nest on the ground or on rock ledges, typically in areas with few or no trees. Snowy owls typically breed in the spring, when food is plentiful after the winter, helping them nourish their young owlets. Remarkably, the snowy owl can breed several times in a single year, if its habitat becomes favorable. With each clutch, a female can lay 36 eggs, and together they will care for and protect the nest until the young are fully grown. With these unique characteristics, the snowy owl has become a symbol of powerful vitality in the harsh conditions of the Siberian wilderness. More than just a formidable hunter, this bird embodies a flawless and powerful beauty, a testament to the ability to adapt and survive in the coldest places on Earth. The Shaksky mountain range lies in northeastern Siberia, one of the wildest natural wonders and most majestic on Earth. With peaks covered in snow year-round, this place is not only captivating for its serene beauty, but also makes one feel the primordial essence and mystery of nature. The towering mountain ranges rise like great walls of stone, contrasting with the valleys where only the cold winds and herds of wild animals reside. Winter here. This is a time when nature is at its most severe. But it is also when the beauty of this land becomes more primal than ever before. The sun makes only fleeting appearances through ethereal veils of mist. Glaciers wind down the mountainsides, and in the faint winter sun, they create a scene of raw and majestic beauty. The Siberian mountain goat. It is a denizen of the rocky Shaksky Mountains, a land with a harsh climate and mountain ranges covered in snow year-round. This species is renowned for its climbing ability and powerful resilience, able to endure the extreme living conditions of the Siberian mountain environment. The Siberian mountain goat has a powerful physique with a thick coat of fur, which helps it resist the bitter cold of winter. Their coat is typically dark brown or gray, with lighter colors on the belly and face, helping them blend in with the surrounding rocky landscape. The males possess long, sturdy, and gently curved horns, used for self-defense and to compete for females during the breeding season. Siberian mountain goats live in small groups, usually led by a single male, along with females and their young. The habitat of the Siberian mountain goat are treacherous rocky mountain regions with steep terrain and sheer cliffs. They are capable of running along steep slopes thanks to their hooves and powerful legs, which help them move with ease across steep rock faces in search of food. The Siberian ibex's diet consists mainly of grasses and various shrubs, and even lichen that clings to the rocks. In winter, when food is scarce, they often seek out lichen on the rocks and dried grasses from the summer to survive. The breeding season for the Siberian ibex typically occurs in late autumn, when they break away from their small groups to search for a mate. After about 6 months, the female gives birth, and the newborn kids will learn to climb and forage for food alongside their mother. The Siberian ibex is a remarkably resilient and agile animal, capable of surviving the long cold winters of Siberia thanks to their impressive survival skills. Although the winters here can be long and extremely harsh, with temperatures dropping to -40 degrees Celsius, the Siberian ibex can still sustain itself thanks to the dry grasses of the Shaksky Rocky Mountains, a place with a stable climate and scarce food. The Siberian ibex is well adapted to its environment. Thanks to their ability to find food in harsh conditions, has helped them become a symbol of strength and resilience in the natural world. They are not just powerful creatures in the wild, but also a vital part of the ecosystem of the Siberian mountains, contributing to the biodiversity and balance of nature. The Aquila rex eagle, one of the largest and most powerful birds of prey in the Siberian region. This eagle's habitat is primarily the vast steppes, grasslands, sparse forests, and high mountains of Siberia, where human disturbance is minimal. This region offers the Siberian eagle a vast territory to search for prey and to hunt. With its impressive size, the Siberian eagle has a wingspan of 5.9 to 7.5 feet and weighs between 6.5 and 13 pounds, making them one of the largest and most formidable eagles in the wild. The Siberian winter is incredibly harsh, with temperatures that can plunge below -22 degrees Fahrenheit, yet the Siberian eagle is still able to survive. Thanks to an incredible adaptability to harsh conditions, this bird can travel great distances in search of food. When winter arrives, when smaller animals become scarce, they primarily hunt mammals like rabbits, mountain goats, chamois, or even foxes. In addition to the steppes and grasslands, the Siberian eagle also inhabits dense forests, where they make their homes and build nests high in the treetops. These sparse forests provide shelter and protection for them during the frigid season. Although living in these desolate regions, the Siberian eagle is remarkably well adapted to this way of life. Adult eagles regularly soar over the wilds of Siberia, where they can hunt for prey and patrol their territory. Winter is nature's most brutal season, when food sources become scarce. The battles for food are brutal. Amidst the stillness, powerful lunges, and razor-sharp talons. In this battle for food, no quarter is given. Each eagle is determined to claim victory. In the end, victory always goes to the strongest. This is the reality of survival in the harsh winter, where only strength and determination can help them overcome the perilous challenges. The Siberian eagle, its power and resilience in the wild have allowed it to survive in the incredibly harsh environment of Siberia. The long winter and bitter cold pose an immense challenge, a time when food becomes scarce and the hunt is more difficult than ever. Yet this bird continues to evolve, adapting to the unforgiving environment of its Siberian home. In the summer, the grasslands in the Siberian taiga reveal a wild and poetic beauty, a landscape rivaled by few others. After the frigid months of winter, When the sun returns, nature here awakens, blanketing the northern land in a vibrant green carpet. Vast meadows stretch to the foothills, where wildflowers and wild grasses flourish, creating a living tapestry beneath the summer sun. The taiga forest, with its towering conifers, also begins to bud, creating a lush green canopy. Great trees like the pine, cedar, and birch grow densely, reaching high into the foliage, forming a dense forest that covers the vast expanse. The ground beneath the canopy is a refuge for countless wild animals, from the smallest squirrels to the largest mammals. Streams meander through the forest, bringing a crisp, cool air, tempering the chill of the harsh winter season. The Siberian Sika deer. They are the gentle inhabitants of this land, captivating not only for their graceful appearance, but also as a symbol of resilient life in this unforgiving environment. The Sika deer is of a moderate size compared to other deer species. They possess a slender build, long legs, and a coat that is typically light brown or gray, adorned with white spots on their back and flanks, which helps them to easily blend into the landscape of the taiga forest. This deer species lives primarily within the vast taiga forest, a region with a cold and severe climate. Although in the Siberian winter, heavy snows fall and temperatures can plummet to as low as -40 degrees Celsius. This deer has evolved remarkable adaptations, allowing it to survive in these harsh conditions. The Sika's coat is thick and plush, helping it stay warm through the winter months. Sika deer frequently move through dense forests and vast grasslands in search of food. During the breeding season, Sika deer will call for a mate using distinctive sounds. The struggles between the stags are a fierce competition for mates. The mature stags use their antlers to battle one another, creating grueling and impressive fights. These powerful deer with their massive antlers are a symbol of strength and power in the wild natural world. Sika deer are herd animals. They move and forage for food together, creating a tight-knit bond within the herd. Although this species is numerous, they also face threats from large predators such as wolves, brown bears, or other large carnivores. However, thanks to their herd instincts and vigilance, Sika deer can often escape danger. With its wild beauty and remarkable resilience, the Sika deer is not only a vital part of this frigid land's ecosystem, but also a symbol of strength in the harsh natural environment of Siberia. The woodpecker, also known as the great woodpecker, is one of many woodpecker species, one of the most distinctive and recognizable, thanks to its striking appearance and its remarkable habits. The great spotted woodpecker, Dendrocarpus major, is a medium-sized bird with a body length of 22 to 26 centimeters and a wingspan of about 45 centimeters. This bird's most recognizable feature is its plumage, a striking combination of black, white, and red. The head of the bird is typically black, its underparts are pristine white, and most notably, it has a bright red patch on the nape of its neck, while the male displays an additional red patch on his crown, making him easily distinguishable from the female. The woodpecker's wings are patterned with alternating black bars, creating a unique and easily identified appearance. This woodpecker species inhabits primarily the vast taiga forests, especially coniferous woodlands. They often select large trees with hard bark for nesting and breeding. This bird is a masterful forager, often using its bill to chisel deep into tree trunks in search of termites, insects, and larvae, which are its favorite foods. With its hard and powerful bill, the woodpecker can bore into tree bark to find food, simultaneously creating the characteristic sounds of its drumming on the tree trunk. This sound not only helps them search for food, but it's also how they communicate and establish their territory. One of the woodpecker's most remarkable behaviors is its nest building. They typically excavate deep cavities in tree trunks to make their nests. After the eggs are laid, the parent birds will care for and incubate them until the chicks hatch. The young chicks will remain in the nest for about 3 to 4 weeks before they begin to learn how to find food and familiarize themselves with the surrounding habitat. With its unique habits and its striking appearance, the woodpecker is not just a vital component of the forest ecosystem, but also a symbol of persistence and ingenuity in the animal kingdom. The sounds they drum against the tree trunks are more than just a signal for finding food. They are a testament to the struggle, an incredible adaptation of this species to life in the wild. The land of Siberia, with its majestic mountain ranges, its sprawling taiga forests, and its endlessly stretching grasslands, is a place where nature still retains its pristine and mysterious beauty. The harsh winter cannot diminish the powerful vitality of the wildlife that calls this place home. From the snow leopards prowling the mountain cliffs to the Siberian eagles soaring through the frigid skies, every living thing, whether animal or plant, possesses a remarkable capacity for survival, adapting to the harshest conditions this land has to offer. When summer arrives, Siberia dons a new mantle, bursting with vibrant green. This is a time for species like the mountain goat and the woodpecker to thrive. This land is not just a haven for wildlife, but also a testament to the raw power of nature. Siberia, a world of unending fascination and captivating allure, still awaits the footsteps of human exploration. If you love the untamed beauty of nature and want to discover more fascinating stories about animals in the wild, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel so you won't miss our next captivating videos. Thank you for watching.